Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you another ADV Revival free set. This is a round free Swiss stage matchup between Kaboom and Figull. Both these players are 2-0. Kaboom is a player that I've actually covered before on this channel. As you might remember, Kaboom was a player who got into Gympvitational 2 through play-ins, so he had to punch his ticket in there. Unfortunately, he went out pretty early in that tournament. Whereas for Figull, Figull is a pretty strong Italian player, somebody that I rate relatively highly as far as ADVers go. Very strong player, very exciting matchup as both these players are 2-0. So neither player at risk of being eliminated, but you would rather be 3-0 than 2-1. So let's jump right into this. Medi lead, Zap lead. Medi's got to want to switch out here, doesn't want to deal with the Zap. Figull's going to use this chance to sub the Zap up. Celebi's shown to be faster though, so that might be a slow Zap. Into the Heracross, that's going to let this Focus Punch rip into the Jolteon. This Jolteon does not want to deal with this. In fact, Kaboom's team does not look well equipped to handle Heracross, so Kaboom's got to be careful here. He's probably bringing some kind of mix-off. There's the Zard. That's another mix-off staple. And nice Hinpar Grass into the incoming Starmie. And going to swap into Suicune. But this Starmie looks like it's offensive Starmie. Got threatened a T-Bolt, but got to double back into Zapdos into the Celebi. Remember, the Celebi is faster. And oh, there's a Regice shown on Figull's side. So you don't see that often, but Regice should blanket the Celebi, but Celebi can just sub past this into the Metagross and explodes here. So Figull probably trying to catch the Zard on the switch. But this Metagross, if it's mixed meta, then this thing is going to hurt, but we don't know for sure. And there's a Heracross here. Gotta let that Mega Horn rip. So Kaboom firmly in the driver's seat. And Figull's going to land another Mega Horn, so this is a 4-4 game now, but the Medi is going to be a threat. That Heracross might have been adamant if Figull was willing to switch out like that. Oh, that Meteor Mash miss is not ideal. Suicune naturally going to be swapped in on this meta, but it's going to be met with a Salamence. Has to scout out the Ice Beam. Oh, Zap is not going to take that particularly well. And the Celebi is going to wall it all day. And there's nothing stopping Celebi from just getting a CM pass off. Salamence will at least threaten with a Hinpart Flying if it has that. But the Suicune looking imposing right now. Yeah, especially when it's at +1. There's nothing stopping Kaboom from running Figull over. Figull could try to get out of this with like a Mega Horn crit. Or a T-Bolt crit too, that could work as well, but Kaboom doesn't want to risk that. Medi's got to take that. Looks like it is not Salic, so it's probably Lum Medi. And the Charizard's going to be sent out here, interesting, but I guess like Kaboom knew it was slower. Salmon's going to take a hefty 39% there. Into a Declaw follow-up, got to live on 1% there, but Figull was forced to trade. I think Figull needed to go for a DD to try to play for the role, but Salmon's gonna go down here. Celebi gonna threaten a Hinpart Fire on this Heracross, and this should be a wrap for Kaboom in game 1. Hinpar's here. Got Giga Drain, interesting. Oh, I don't think Kaboom wants to keep taking that. Probably gonna try to wear the Zapdos down as much as possible before sending the Suicune in, and probably afraid of a possible Thunderbolt. So yeah, there's the Thunderbolt that Kaboom was worried about. So yeah, trying to like avoid the choke, as people would say. Hinpart Ice is gonna take care of the Celebi. The Suicune should live, but it's gonna need to avoid a crit. Yeah, it's gonna just barely live, and the Surf will take care of that. So, Kaboom's going to win game 1 with 4% left on his Suicune. He's gonna go up 1-0. A little bit of post-game commentary, I guess. As for Figull, I think on the turn where the Charizard didn't kill the Salamence with Dragon Claw, I don't know if Figull knew if that was a roll, because I think if that was a roll, something I think Figull could have tried to do was try DD up and then try to like play for the odds, because if you're going to stay in with the Salamence and just Rock Slide the Zard, at that point I think like you should just DD up, Hen Power Fly, or like, and then the Suicune like try to like Rock Slide flinch, try to like wear it down as much as possible, especially because the Zapdos was later revealed to be Hen Power Ice, so like you could also wear down the Celebi that way. So like I think there was a possible path that Figull could have taken to like snatch this one back, but yeah, well played by Kaboom. Let's go into game 2. Here we are with game 2. Medi lead again into a meta lead. So Brick Break into the EQ. This might be setting up a Mag Trap. What do you know? He does exactly that, but Kaboom hesitates there. So the Mag might have been slower, and okay. Eagle bring out Entei. You know, I'm a big fan of the third Pokemon movie, and Kaboom's gotta get the Leech Seed off into Snorlax, which will check this Entei pretty comfortably, especially with Leech Seed recovering some of Snorlax's health. Into Shadow Ball, so we're gonna have some Snorlax on Snorlax action here. And Celebi is the Snorlax switch in, which, I mean, I suppose that's fine, but you gotta be careful of getting exploded on later. But yeah, this might just be Curselax from Figull. Nice play by Kaboom there to get the Leech Seed on with Celebi onto the Entei, because that's going to let him recover health, and it's going to make Snorlax even harder for Figull to deal with. And Metagross is going to be sent out here. Curse is up there. I don't know about that. I would just attack there, because like there's nothing stopping Figull from just... Yeah, see, this is the issue. I would have just kept attacking into Snorlax because you're getting guaranteed damage. But Kaboom going to just curse up again, so we might have a curse war going on here. Cursing up again. Returns here. Yeah, am I watching GSC or am I watching ADV? I'm not sure. Body slams here, gets the para. So Kaboom going to be firmly ahead. And oh, that does not kill, but Figull going to explode there. Curse self-destruct, usually I like that because it can let you get around something like a Skarmory. And oh, Mantis reveal. Jeez, I think the meta booming on the Swampert might have been a little hasty there. But, oh no, this is not good. Kaboom could try to get out of this, but you're gonna have to dodge a Rock Slide miss. Not gonna get it. And Figull's going to win this. And he's going to tie this series up 1-1. Couple of things post commentary. For one, I think the meta booming on the Swampert was 100% a mistake, because especially if you have the Gyarados in the back, like what's stopping Gyarados from just coming in and then like just being like getting some DDs up on the Swampert, because Swampert typically does not do particularly well into Gyro, especially on this like kind of mag or like into these Magneton offenses that Kaboom loaded up. Figull brought some heat out with the Entei. Not too sure what I can say about that, but I think Kaboom also probably got a little bit unlucky there with the rolls on the body slam, but again, not sure. And yeah, I don't know. This game just felt like Kaboom should have been able to walk away with this, but like there was just a couple windows where maybe it was just a little bit hasty playing this out. And then Figull, yeah, and then that DD end game, I was just like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, like especially letting the Ments get up to like +1, like the Gira is going to like die to a Rock Slide, especially at +1 9 out of 10 times, especially because the Ments was also faster too. But enough of the post-game pleasantries. We got a rubber match to settle here. We got game 3 here, so both players playing for the potential to be 3-0 in Swiss bracket. Salamence lead, Zapdos lead. Interesting lead matchup here, as the Zapdos could threaten this Mence with a HP Ice, could threaten with T-Wave. Mence doesn't want to stay in. Zapdos also doesn't want to stay in because of CB. Kaboom's got to switch out here into the T-Wave. And Scarm's got to be sent out against the Celebi. And Figull should be able to get a layer of spikes up. And he will do just that. And the Skarmory's got to be threatened out by the Zapdos, so... Kaboom's got to get the sub up here into the Zapdos. We don't know how fast the Zap is. That might be a defensive Zapdos on Figull's end, so... Subs up again. Catches the Toxic from Figull, so good awareness from Kaboom, knowing that the Zapdos was defensive. It might be carrying that. And then the Zap should be forced to rest now with the way this is playing out, or not. This might be like T-Bolt, Tox, Hin Power, Ice, and oh, that crit's going to make things a little bit hard for Figull, especially early on, because that Zapdos looked immensely valuable. So that was probably Hin Power Ice too, so it would have been useful for the Mence. Rock Slide here, we're going to do 20% to this Swampert. Not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing, especially with spikes factored in. That looks like an off pert. And the Skarmory's got to trade Toxic into the Swampert. Got to put it on a permanent timer unless Kaboom reveals to be refreshed for some reason, but I wouldn't expect it. Celebi going to be the Swampert switch in here, and Figull showing what looks to be a mono pert. And Arrow's going to be swapped out. Going to eat up this Leech Seed here. And obviously got friend a Hin Power Bug. And this Zapdos, yeah, Kaboom calls it out, reads that, and we'll get some health back with the Zap. And the Gengar is going to eat 12% from what looks to be a Hin Power Grass. But this Gengar's got threatened back with an Ice Punch here. But Ice Punch does not quite kill, and the Zapdos going to deal significant damage to this Gengar before it is out of commission. Ice punches the Metagross here. Meta naturally got threatened a Meteor Mash. And Figull's just going to Destiny Bond here, willing to take the Gengar out with the Meta. And the Aerodactyl going to be entered in on this Mence, but that does not quite kill. And oh, DD's here, so Figull might be in real trouble now. Has to go into Swampert. Kaboom's going to just Brick Break here, so this might be HP Fly Brick Break with... oh, that is a Hin Power Flying or a Hin Power Ghost. Might be Hin Power Ghost. Usually it's Brick Break, Hin Power Ghost, Rock Slide, if it's running that on DD, but Aerodactyl's going to eat up this Giga Drain, so it will be a threat here, and Hin Power's here. Doesn't want a Double Edge because expect it. Yeah, maybe there's a second Rock Resist. I don't know. Swampert's going to be sacrificed here on Figull's end. And this Aerodactyl can only really just hope to... Oh, yeah, and that's... Double Edge is here, yeah, so that's why Figull didn't really want to commit to that earlier. Focus Punch is here into Tyranitar, and nice play by Kaboom. That Focus Punch was pretty free. And this Aerodactyl now has to... Oh, I don't know about this. Oh, but the Rock Slide misses. But I don't think that was the play for Figull. I think you needed to Rock Slide, flinch your way out of this. Either that or... Well, no, a crit can still win it for Figull. No, he will not get the crit. And Swampert will nail this Ice Beam. And Kaboom will win this series 2-1. That was quite the game 3 there. Yeah, so good stuff by Kaboom. Pretty fun set to watch. But for Figull, I mean, you gotta feel like you let this one get away from you a little bit. I think game 3, there were a couple of spots I think Figull could have maybe played a little better to like put himself in a better spot. For one, like letting the... I mean, losing the Zap early kind of sucked, but the Gengar, now I don't know what the Gengar set was specifically. I don't know if debonding was the play, especially when you probably still had your own perk that was reasonably healthy into the Metagross. Actually, no, I'm not sure if that might have changed anything, but yeah, so Kaboom made some solid plays there, especially with the Celebi playing in overtime with the Leech Seed. And then, yeah, I mean, also, like, the Focus Punch to take out the Tyranitar was also great by Kaboom, but anyways, that said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating to ADV Revival Freeze's prize pool. Donation link will be in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.